Hi all! In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I like to meal plan. If you don't meal plan already, I hope you find this to be a super helpful tool that you can incorporate into your weekly routine. And if you do meal plan already, I hope that you are able to take some tips and tricks that I use here and apply them to your everyday or every week or every month meal planning. So I actually only have to meal plan for 2 people. We have 2 individuals in this household, so if you have more than 2 people in your house, feel free to make your recipes larger so that you can have some leftovers or adapt as necessary. I know it's difficult to make this work for each type of household, but there are still some things that you're able to apply to your weekly meal plan as well. So I really enjoy meal planning because it just takes the thinking out of the week. I decide one day what I'm going to eat for the whole week, and then I don't have to think every single day when I wake up, oh, what's going to be for dinner. It just really helps to take some of the stress out of every day and just put it in one day, and it's not that stressful because you're setting aside time to do it. And then it also helps us budget. So it's just helpful to make sure you're staying on top of that and seeing where the expenses are creeping in. It also helps to eliminate food waste because you're checking your food inventory and making your recipes based off of that so that you don't have to throw away a bunch of food that's perfectly fine. It's just that you waited too long to use it and then it's not so perfectly fine anymore. So yeah, also I've found it really helps us eat healthier. We're going out to eat less, and it just allows us to make sure we're incorporating greens and fruits and veggies, all of the good things into our diet. So anyways, get comfy and let's dive into this together. So for my meal planning, I like to use the Google Calendar app. Under my Gmail, I'm able to make different calendars, or I guess schedules. So within that, I have one called Cooking Menu. And so that's color coded. When I have all of them out, I'm able to see that really quickly and identify it so that it's easy to just know what I'm gonna have for dinner that night. I only meal planned for dinner just because we often have leftovers, so that's an easy lunch item. And then for breakfast, I have the same thing every day. I have a slice of the sourdough bread from my last video actually, and I'll have that just with butter or peanut butter, and then often I'll have that with banana, peach, strawberries, whatever fruit we have in the house, and then my cup of coffee, of course. So for the dinners, what I first do is look at the prior week's meal plan. I can see what meals we did not eat because we had too much leftovers of one or the other meal that was there, so we didn't end up getting to some of the other stuff. Then if I kind of realize that's gonna happen during the week, I make sure I eat up whatever is gonna go bad first. So anyways, let's dive into last week's meals. I can see right off the bat we did not eat all of these. So we definitely didn't eat the ahi tuna steaks, which those are in the freezer, and that's why we didn't eat them, because I knew they would stay for longer. Add that to Thursday because that sounds delicious. And I'm gonna need to find a marinade for the ahi tuna steaks, so we'll do that after I figure out what else needs to be eaten from last week's meal plan. Also, we didn't eat the homemade pizza. I put that on Friday. So this past Saturday, I was gonna do barbecue pork, but I knew we had leftovers, so I just opted to have those instead. So let's put the North Carolina barbecue pork on this Saturday, and I'll make the rolls for that this Thursday. One thing I like to do is if there's something I'm wanting to do homemade, like making the rolls, I put that on my calendar a few days before so I see it and I remember to try and do that ahead of time. If not, it can always be done most of the time day of, and so I just bump it to that day. But it takes some of the stress out of the day of if I think ahead on that. Okay, so that's all the meals from last week that we did not eat. The barbecue pork will honestly last us 2 meals since there's only 2 of us. The amount that it makes is a lot, so that'll be dinner probably on Sunday. So I'm actually just going to duplicate that and put it on Sunday night. If I find a recipe, you can see in the description, I link it there so that it's really easy to find the recipe. Next, let's go take a look in the fridge and see what needs to be eaten up, and that is not a part of the meal plan already. All right, here we are at the fridge. Okay, it's looking pretty empty, which is good. That means that we can come up with fun new recipes. So I have some fruit and carrots. Those are mostly just snacks. I see the pork shoulder in there and bacon. Let's check in my messy freezer. Okay. I've got onions in here. My husband likes to have mini tacos for lunch from Costco. Okay, we've got fries, so that's a good side for something. And then I have chicken thighs in here and chicken breasts right there. And then other than that, I really think I just have smoothie stuff on this side behind the onions. Okay, this is pretty embarrassing to share, but let's be realistic. I've got a messy pantry. So we've got a lot of snacks in here, and I see right here some cans for chili, which it's really hot here, so I'd really honestly prefer to not have anything that is soup. And then I do see we have some udon noodles. Okay, now we checked the fridge, the freezer, and the pantry. And there's really not much I have to use up. But if I'm wanting to make sure I stick to my budget, I would probably use up my chicken thighs and then also some of those noodles. So maybe there's some sort of udon noodle chicken thigh stir fry type thing we could do. Let's see. I pick my recipes based off of kind of like the reviews, how many reviews, and if it has a lot of ingredients that I don't have in it. This chicken udon stir fry recipe from Spend with Pennies. It gets 5 stars from 56 votes, so that's pretty good. Okay, I have 2 packages of udon noodles. Oh, it calls for chicken thighs. That's great. Yeah, okay. This is it. So what I do then, oops, is I take it, I copy it, and I go back to my calendar. So that's a perfect Monday night dinner. A stir fry is quick and easy. I like to make sure if I have something in the freezer that I need to take out, that I put it in the title of whatever item I'm adding to the calendar. And then I just paste that recipe in the description. I also need to find a marinade for those ahi tuna steaks. Okay, looks like I have clicked on this one before and I have all of the ingredients for it. So I will just copy, paste that into my calendar. And then I just, for that side, I'm gonna do corn on the cob, and that's easy. I just like butter and salt on that. I've been hoping to incorporate more greens, so maybe we can do some sort of salad. Maybe we can do a salad on the side of maybe like a steak. That sounds good. Okay, and I know my husband will like that. So we're gonna do steak and salad that night. And then I actually have fries that would be good to add to that meal, so I'll add that. I have a seasoning that I'll insert the name of here because I can't remember, that I like to use for the steak. It makes really delicious, well-seasoned steak every time. I just remembered I actually have broccoli, so I'm gonna help myself out and find a recipe with broccoli that I want to try, and then it can be part of my meal plan for the next week. This is what happens when you start going, you remember other things. So yeah, for the next week, I could do just a broccoli and chicken stir fry because I'll still have some chicken in the freezer next week, so leftover, just because I bought some from Costco, which is a lot of chicken for 2 people. And that's that. Really, it's that simple. So it's actually only like $19, $20 in groceries. It's not like that every week. Some weeks are really expensive, but this week happens to be super cheap because I have already bought all of the other ingredients, which I can add them in right here. I can like do a little something and show you what the total would be for all of the major ingredients in all of the meal. We'll see how much that is. I'm not sure right now. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you found this meal planning video helpful, and I hope to hear about maybe some of the tips or tricks that you really enjoyed and what you included in your weekly meal planning. And please, if you enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great week.